Good morning, viewers. It's Rob Atfield reporting for Port Carling Boats. It's August the 10th today, 2017, and we're outside the facilities of Giesler Boats in Powassan, Ontario. Giesler has been in operation, steady operation, building cedar-strip boats for decades now. I think that they started back in the 30s. We'll try and confirm that fact when we're in the shop. And we have focused on Giesler before, but this is a company that deserves a lot of credit. Many boat manufacturers have come and gone over the years, but Giesler has managed to stay in business and flourish relatively with their lightweight, very practical cedar strips. We've been invited to go in, and they're building new boats at this point, so let's go in and check out what's going on. We're in the paint room here, viewers, and I had forgotten, in yet another 60s moment, that Giesler also makes cedar strip canoes as well as cedar strip runabouts. And we're looking at two beautiful canoes here with just one coat of varnish on each of them apparently at this point. Boy, there's nothing like the smell of varnish and fresh cedar. It's a wonderful aroma. Interesting product here, viewers. It's a Vulcum 116 polyurethane sealant, as you can see. And Bernie DeRoche, who is in our viewfinder now, he does some of the finishing work, I guess much of the finishing work for Giesler Boats. And Bernie was just telling me he's been putting a new stem and a new keel on this. This is a dory, I guess, Bernie, is it?
Wherry? This is
a wherry.
tender.
Oh, tender, okay. Yeah. Like a yacht tender, okay. So tell us about the bottom of this boat. I thought it was a varnish coat, but you're telling me otherwise.
This is a fiberglass bottom boat. I put my initial cloth, and well, before I put, we do our own wood filler, which is basically just resin and sawdust mixed together. I fill in all my cracks, so then my resin doesn't seep through. Then I lay out my cloth all nice, and I put I start doing my resin.
Okay.
Now once that's dry, the following day I come in, I sand her down, put another coat of resin on top,
right.
Let her dry. Next day, do the same process. Okay. 3 coats all together.
And what kind of resin are you using?
It's an epoxy resin.
Okay.
It's a 2-part mix, 2-to-1.
Okay. What, do you know the company name?
Mass.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, that's not what I'm familiar with. Not that it matters. I guess an epoxy is an epoxy. Now, I don't suppose you do the... Well, speak of the devil, viewers, or I should say angel, probably. Jerry Giesler here, Giesler Boats, and Jerry was just telling me that the company has been in business for 90 years.
Yeah.
And
90 years. This is one of our flagship models. This is our Lake Nipissing model. It's 18 feet long. It's used mostly by the tourist operators. They like it because it's relatively easy to repair when they're there up there, right on site basically. That's why they like the wood boats. It's one of the first models that we started building way back when my grandfather first started, and and we haven't changed the design at all. It's a nice riding boat. It'll handle probably the optimum is about a 25 to a 30 horsepower motor, but tourist operators run them with as little as 9 9s on them.
Okay, and you can seat what, maybe 7-8 people in this boat?
Well, that'd be a little bit much.
Would it? Okay.
You could do that, but
it'd be a little
usually
pushing it,
the recommendation is five persons.
Okay.
That's what the recommended capacity plate says, is 5 persons.
Right. And you were mentioning it weighs about 350 pounds.
It weighs about 350 pounds.
Wouldn't take too much to push it through the water.
When they're in the water and soaked up, though, it'll probably gain another 100 pounds.
Sure.
But
most of your clients don't ask for a fiberglass bottom on these, or would it be about half and half?
The tourist operators don't, because they leave them in the water all season long.
Right.
We do get both the rest of our customers, like the regular person, they pretty well all ask for fiberglass.
Okay.
Because they're usually, most people don't have a spot to leave them in the lake all year round.
So they're in and out.
And they're in and out, and there I highly recommend that you go with the fiberglass covering.
Because they don't have to re-soak up every time they go back in the water.
Every time they soak up, it's like another season for them.
Sure. Okay, there you have it, viewers. Jerry's invited us to check out a new boat build going on shortly, so we'll come back in just a few moments. Over and out for the moment. Viewers, we're looking at the, I guess you'd call it the mold, Jerry, for a nippesing, or the frame for the nippesing. And this one is, I guess, beginning its construction. It looks like the transom's been installed on the back. And if we move over, and I should just point out the steam box over here where Giesler steams most of the wood that has to be bent, or all of it, I guess, that has to be bent. And if we move over here, we're still looking at the same boat, a nippesing. Hull's completely finished with the ribbing. No seats installed or anything at this point. And Jerry, is the transom, what material is the transom on the boat?
Transom's mahogany.
Mahogany, okay. And Jerry was telling me that when we move over to the third section here, we're seeing a nippesing with the seats being installed. Jerry uses red oak for the seat supports because apparently it steams more easily than white oak. Easier to work with. See the floorboards being installed here. Well, this is obviously a very durable style of boat, Jerry. You have been building them for 90 years.
Yeah. That is.
Well, there you have it, viewers. A look at Giesler Boats, still going strong after 90 years of operation. Hats off to the Giesler Company. Over and out.
Stole your hammer, you're looking for mine now, are you?
Jerry was telling me, viewers, they pre-make a number of stems so that they don't have to do one at a time as they prepare each nippesing or whatever the model is. The other interesting feature of the mold here is you can see the cutouts where every rib would cross through the keel. That's the beauty of the mold. I guess it takes a lot of the hard work out of design, so you don't have to basically create a new boat every time you build one. So I guess what we're going to see here is the stem being prepared. How quickly a professional can do some of this work. For an amateur like me, that process probably would have taken 2 hours. We'll come back in just a minute, viewers. As you can see, viewers, Jerry's just taken a rib out of the steam box. You've got to be pretty brisk with this. That's a red oak rib. And you can see how flexible it is, at least for a few seconds, and then it'll start to stiffen up. Isn't that remarkable? Brass nails being used to secure the ribs. Well, there you have it, viewers.
then we just keep going. We got about 2 or 3 at a time.
Incredible how wood will bend. And I know Giesler pre-soaks their wood. There's a vat of water that I see a number of ribs sitting in. And I guess they're probably pre-soaked for several days, I imagine, before they're installed. There we go. Thanks for watching. Over and out.